YouTube, what's going on, man? So last week we released a podcast, and at the end of that episode, we asked for suggestions of things that you guys would like to see on the podcast. Now, we got a suggestion that I really like. It came from Carl. I'm not going to say his last name because this is going on the internet, but Carl asked us to pie Mr. Curry in the face. I thought this was a brilliant suggestion myself. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Hope you guys enjoy it, and then we'll get right into the podcast. All right, you can do it whenever you want.
You ready?
Yeah.
Is it cold?
Yeah.
Where's your towel? Where'd it go?
It's right here.
Oh. Give the kids medicine on here. I think we need to clean up on all three.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of History with Mikes. My name is Mr. Curry,
And I'm Mr. Noonan.
and today we are going to tackle a really important question. Today we're tackling the question, could it really happen? Today we're going to talk about the founding of Rome. Now, the Rome has, there's two really main stories of that people tell and historians tell about how Rome was founded. But the one we're going to talk about today and tackle, could it really happen, is the story of Romulus and Remus, twin brothers who were abandoned at birth on the Tiber River and raised by a wolf. Apparently, they were raised until the age of, 13 or 14, teenagers, by a wolf. And then when they were adopted by a shepherd, they would grow up to found the city of Rome. Actually, Romulus founded the city, and he only called it Rome because he had killed his brother arguing over the construction of a wall. So they got in a fight. So that's kind of the basic story of what happened. So we had these two brothers. They were raised by wolves. They decided to build a city. They argued about it, and eventually one of the brothers killed the other brother, and that's how we got the city of Rome. I got a lot of questions. I don't know about you, Mr. Noonan.
Yeah, for sure.
Could that have really happened?
One, I think at this point, most historians say no, it probably didn't happen. Mm-hmm. But there could be some people out there who say that maybe it happened. So I have some points written down that I wanted to talk about, if that's okay with you.
I love points.
You love points?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about was food. Food. So humans cook their food.
Yes.
Right? Why do we do that?
I think we cook it because we need to cook it. We can't just eat raw food.
Yeah.
Our bodies, think about if you went to the grocery store, got a steak from the freezer, unthawed it, and just ate it raw.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
Could get sick, right?
You could get real sick.
For sure. So at one point in human history, we probably ate meat without cooking it because we didn't have the invention of fire.
Correct.
Right? But over time, our stomachs have evolved to the point that we need this, right? And I was doing some research and looking it up. So historians kind of disagree on when humans started cooking their food, but they think it was at least 20,000 years ago, which would have been like 18,000 years before this story happened. So they're not going to be able to eat raw meat like a wolf would.
Yeah, and so you think about, we got two babies, two twins. What are they eating? They can't. The wolf's not making them,
Scrambled eggs.
No, bacon,
Can't do it.
They're not cooking it up. Like, what are these kids eating? And if you guys out there have a brother or sister, or especially a young one, imagine how upset babies get when they're hungry.
Right.
It's a huge, like,
Right.
huge red flag for me in this story. I got another one that I just can't get my mind around. Is if they were raised by a wolf to the age of 13, 14, teenagers, we don't really know. Some historians say they were adopted by this shepherd when they were younger, or teenager, or even one historian thinks 18 years old. How'd they learn to talk?
Right.
Like, how'd they learn to communicate? I mean, obviously, maybe sign language or their form of, maybe they made their own language, but
They could just howl.
yeah, did they howl? Did they,
Yeah, that's a good point.
These are all great questions.
And how would the wolf communicate with the shepherd to let them know that she wanted to give up Romulus and Remus to the shepherd?
Yeah,
How would that have been arranged?
exactly. It's like, oh, hey, shepherd, can you imagine walking through the woods, finding a wolf with 2 twin babies? And the wolf, like, how does that conversation happen?
It'd be pretty crazy.
Like, what if the wolf talked?
I'd probably run.
I would be scared too. I would be scared, really scared too.
Another thing is,
Yeah.
human babies, are useless, right? They can't do anything for like years.
Yeah,
You have to take care of everything.
Oh, yeah.
And a baby wolf starts hunting around the age of 6 months.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I wonder if the wolf would have just gotten ticked off when she realized, oh, these babies are not wolves and they're useless. You know what I mean? They can't do anything. Because babies really can't do anything, like I said, for years during their development. A
Yeah,
human
I mean,
baby.
I'm not going to go into details, but hunting. You said hunting, but like, think about the personal hygiene stuff of having to take care of a baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
The diapers,
Right.
that kind of the dirty stuff. Like, what how'd they learn to do that?
Right.
And to be honest with you, we don't like to talk about it, but it's still one of the important parts of life. You got to be able to know how to do that and take care of a baby. So
Fun fact, I've never changed a diaper.
neither have I.
Really?
I don't think
surprised.
No, I really don't think I have.
Wow.
I once worked at a daycare, and they told me they didn't want me to. They asked me not to change diapers, and I didn't argue with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
I
argued.
said, all right, yeah, I'll take care of the older kids.
I can see that.
So I'm sure that we'll have that life experience later.
So I think we could pretty much say this could not have actually happened. So the way Rome began probably had to be some other way.
Yes, I would imagine so. I would imagine that this was not probably what historically happened, but it's a great story.
It is a great story.
It gives people a sense of where they came from.
Yeah.
And it's unique.
It would be cool to think that you came from being raised by a wolf.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Nuna, I think we about answered this question. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe to both. This is posted on both of our YouTube channels. I'm sure we'll have the links in the descriptions below. Hit that bell button. Mr. Noonan is putting out some great content recently. So if you're watching it on my channel, you want to watch his stuff, make sure you look him up. And if you're watching on Mr. Noonan's channel, hey, check out some of my stuff. I got some good stuff too. All right, guys, it's been real. It's been fun, Mr. Noonan. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.